Hey, this is Mac with P&P Engineering. We're here today to install our modular bed rack system on the second gen Frontier behind us. We're going to go through the tools, the hardware, and the parts, and then we'll head to the truck and get it all installed. We're going to start off with the tools you need. You're going to need a 1/2-inch box end wrench and socket ratchet, or 2 wrenches, and a 3/4 wrench or socket. You're going to get 3 bags of hardware. You're going to get 100 5/16 bolts, 100 5/16 lock nuts, and 2 bags of 100 5/16 washers. Now, the parts of the system are the same as for all of our other vehicle applications for the modular bed rack. You're going to have a bed rail that sits on the factory bed. You're going to have vertical uprights, horizontal cross members, and crossbars in the quantity that you purchase, between 6 and 10. We, as always, recommend at least 8 crossbars for a vehicle that's going to be fitted with a rooftop tent. So let's head over to the truck and get it installed. The first step is to install your bed rail. On your bed rail, you're going to use these track nuts in your OEM Utilitrack and the provided hardware to hold the whole thing together. And then from there up, the entire assembly will be exactly the same for all of our makes and models of modular bed racks. What you're about to see will be on a Toyota Tacoma, but it will be exactly the same for this Nissan Frontier or any of our other makes and models. Now that the passenger side is finished up, we're going to go and install our uprights. For the uprights, in addition to the uprights, you'll need a 1/2-inch wrench and socket, and your 5/16 bolts, washers, and nuts. Your uprights will slide right over the pilots on the bed rail. Install a washer on each side, and then a lock nut on the inside. I like to start with a bolt in the back so that these don't pivot on bolts on the side and they can't go very far. At this stage, you'll just start the bolts, leave them loose. That'll help us assemble all the rest of the other parts. Okay, now that all 6 bolts are in, we're going to do the exact same thing to the other 5 uprights. Now that we've got all 6 uprights installed, we're going to install the horizontal cross members. These will socket over the pilots on both sides, and you'll need 4 more of your 5/16 bolts per side. We'll leave all these bolts loose as well until all of our cross members are installed. Now that our horizontal cross members are bolted in loosely, we're going to move on to installing our crossbars. This kit gets 6 crossbars, which will be 1 in each position on both sides and 1 on top. The crossbars go in with 2 5/16 bolts on each side. Our rack is made so that the crossbars can be height adjustable for different accessories, as well as mounting your crossbar facing in or out, depending on whether you'd like to mount your accessories facing out or into the bed, and also come with a specially designed washer to fit behind the big slots in the crossbars and the uprights, so you can mount almost any accessory that's available on the market today. Okay, we've got 3 slots across the top, 3 positions to put crossbars, depending on how many and what type of accessories you want to mount. As we said earlier, if you're going to mount a rooftop tent, we suggest at least 8 total crossbars, which will give you 2 in each position, front and rear. This rack is going to get a total of 6 crossbars with only 1 on the top, so we're going to go in the center position, and that's going to bolt on exactly the same as the rest of our crossbars with 2 bolts at each side. Now that we've got all our pieces assembled, we're going to go back through and tighten all our bolts down after we align our parts and set our crossbars to where we're going to want them. We're going to use an impact because we've got 86 bolts on this assembly. You'll have a few more if you've got more crossbars, but you can also use a ratchet, and you'll need a wrench to hold the nuts on the back side.